All right. What do you want to ask? Forget about what I said. Forget about all of the noise. What do you truly want to know about real estate right now? You're a new agent. You want to interview me for about knowing what's going on, dude. I've been hearing about a lot of crap. I've been hearing a lot of, smoke screens about, all these different things that are going on in our industry. What's the truth, Mike? Tell me what's the truth. What's going on? Is this something I should be worried about? Is my career at jeopardy? Is it an industry that I want to jump into? Like, that's what I would ask if I was a new agent like yourself. So go ahead and ask me what you would want to know. You're interviewing me. So I think that's a very awesome question, as a matter of fact. I think it's something that every agent should ask themselves before they get into the business. I think before you actually interview agents if you interview brokerages, you should know what you want to get into real estate for. Is it going to be short term? Is it long term? Is it part time, full time? And I think a lot of people don't ask themselves that question. They just jump into the noise. They kind of jump into the, what's the new, what's the hot, what's the trend. And I think that's the biggest mistake to any real estate person's career, because that could be short term. That trend could be short term. Being in the industry for over 23 years, I've seen a lot of people come in and I've seen a lot of people get out. As a matter of fact, most agents first year, 8 out of 10, they fail. And actually the second year, the 9th guy goes, or gal. So my problem is not with the question. My problem is, does the agent ask that certain question of what they want out of the industry? What are they looking to do? Are they going to do a career out of this, or is it going to be a onesie twosie? As a matter of fact, if you look at the stats throughout, California, the average real estate agent only closes 2 deals a year. To me, I can't live on 2 deals a year, but maybe somebody else could. I think from a brokerage standpoint, it's not the brokerage, it's about the broker. I think you need a mentor. Getting into this business, it's very difficult. There's a lot to know. There's a lot to learn. And I truly believe that you got to be with the right mentor, whether they're from ABC Realty or to a company like ours, Remax, which is nationally known. I think that we build our brand, but until you do, you leverage the brand until you have a brand of your own. So I think brand is important for a new agent because they don't have a brand. They don't have a name. Not a lot of people know them, not only in the city, the state, but nation. So I think the first thing you want to do is go with a national brand, because at the end of the day, they will have, not all, but they will have training. Agent development is very important. I think a lot of things, when you get into the business, not knowing a lot of those things, I think you need to develop your skills. You need to develop who you do to prospect, what your time blocking needs to have. So training is a must. So when you join a brokerage, first thing you should always think about is, do they have the ability to train me? And I think with the right mentor, the right tools, I think that you'll have a chance at this business because it's already difficult as it is. So it all depends on what you're trying to market. If you're marketing yourself, there's no doubt in my mind that you need to actually invest into yourself first, right? So I think learning should be your number one investment. So put all your money on the seminars that you believe that's going to make you a better agent, reading books, listening to audio. There's all kinds of things out there for free. So if you don't have that kind of budget, I would highly encourage that you go onto YouTube and you actually go through those videos and find out what a great agent, what it takes to be a great agent, right? And then you find a mentor. It could be online. It doesn't need to be somebody that's physical, but it could be somebody that you can actually follow and get some tips for. So I wouldn't want you to spend money on, flyers or, some type of other things, right? I definitely think video is the next wave. I think any money that you do have that's a little extra, put yourself in front of a camera and actually blast it to your family and friends, because 60% of your business is going to come from your circle of influence. So if you ask me where the best money that you could ever spend is, spend it on yourself. Invest in you. Teaching a person how to fish would be the best advice that I would give, because if you're going to be counting on leads, you're going to be counting on somebody else to actually prospect for you, and that's always shifting. I mean, it's a moving target, right? So places like Zillow and other things that you can actually purchase leads online will help instant gratify you, but it's not going to hold you sustainable. It's not going to be sustainable long term. First thing we'll have to actually get right is your mindset. I truly believe that if you don't get your mindset right, nothing else is going to matter. Mindset would be a perfect example is he who thinks he can and he who thinks he can't are usually both right. So if you come into the business thinking that you're going to fail or it's going to be difficult, it's going to be difficult. But if you come into that mindset of, hey, I can do this, I believe in myself and my morals and my intentions and everything is going to be good, I think it's going to automatically plateau you, or excuse me, it's going to actually bring you to the next level already, right? So mindset would be the first thing I would coach a person coming through the door is. Second thing I would have to absolutely do is not only do you have to believe in yourself, but it's important to have the right attitude. And I think attitude in general, you know, people, perfect example would be, is the glass half full or half empty? And in our business, there's so many adversities. There's so many different challenges. There's all kinds of things. And if you don't see things in a positive way, you will automatically have a negative impact, not only on your business, but the people around you. I think most agents are confused and they go to companies because of the incentives. And they think about, you know, this is my split or this is the incentive that I'm going to get when I go to that company. And they should actually put that on the side. All right, no different than when we're working with a client. When we work with the client, we put our pocketbooks, we think about that last. We think about the client himself. So you put their needs in front of your needs. So, you know, what's important to them. Flip it. Have that same mentality when you're going to a brokerage. Does this brokerage align with my morals? Does this brokerage align with my my ethics? You know, my values, okay? So some of the things that you have deep inside, you should want to align yourself with those type of brokers. And I think culture is the biggest thing to any type of brokerage. You're walking into those doors, you know, mindset, positivity, all these things that you should want in a brokerage. That's what you should look for first before the incentives and the shiny objects, because anybody can buy your business. You know, if I can go to the highest bidder, that's going to help in the short term, but long term, that's going to actually be catastrophic to your business because it's going to cost you so much more extra because it's going to take away from your business. You want synergy, you want camaraderie, you want all kinds of things, in my opinion, that's going to boost your business. And if you don't align yourself with those type of qualities and values, then I think you're selling yourself short. And you know what? If it's going to be the highest top dollar to go to the brokerage, good luck, because those brokerages will go away. A lot of those companies will fade. The smoke and mirrors will eventually be, you know, exposed. So go to the right brokerage with this mindset of, do they align with my values? Is the broker the type of person that I can see myself doing business with? And before you start thinking about the interim, the short term of 3 months or 6 months, and you know how many marketing dollars I can get. What I think of the whole iBuyer platform is, you know, they're a disruption. It's an idea that Zillow, you got to understand where it's coming from. It's coming from Zillow. And you got to dig a little deeper into Zillow. No different than if you're reading a book, you should know a little bit more about the author. Zillow, the founder of Zillow, was by a gentleman by the name of Richard Barton. Richard Barton was the founder and creator of Expedia. Expedia is a company that disrupted the travel agency. Okay. Normally you would go to a travel agent, they'd sit down with you, they'd go through the whole ordeal, they'd sit down, know your needs, and kind of have that human touch and organize your travel needs based on your questions that they ask you. Expedia is now you go online and that's it. They book the travel for you, so that loses the human element. Now, it's not bad when you're doing a one-time shop thing and, you know, it's a very small decision like, where do I go on vacation? You're buying a home. This is a completely different experience. I mean, this is your biggest investment that you'll ever make in your entire life. So why wouldn't you want to work with not only a professional, but an experienced person that actually going to care for your needs? I mean, not just kind of look the other way for their own selfish needs. So the iBuyer platform doesn't threaten me, doesn't threaten my business, nor does it threaten my agents, because as a matter of fact, I'm actually tooling them and I'm actually preparing them for the storm that may come or may not come. But I want to prepare them and give them the tools necessary for them to combat these kind of iBuyer platforms. If you ask me personally, do I believe in anybody that joins them or actually not only supports them? I think they're making the biggest mistake of their real estate career. It's a kiss of death. They're going to be working with people like Zillow. That's going to be great for the short term and great for their pocket, but it's actually going to try to, get them out of business. Do I want to partner up with a person that wants to take me out of a business? My moral compass tells me that's absolutely not going to be the case, but others are a little different. They're thinking about their pocket. They're thinking how much money I can actually get immediately, and you know what, I'll be out of this business in the short run anyway. So they're going to try to make as much as they possibly can for their own self-gain. To me, I don't want to align myself with those type of people. So if you ask me, I believe absolutely do not support Zillow. They're there to take you out. They're there to actually act for their own brokerage. As a matter of fact, they're doing it right now. So if you ask me as an agent talking to another agent, please do not support Zillow. They're not the right company for you. They do not want to partner with you. They want to use and abuse you. I think we need to form a mastermind. I think we grab a lot of people that are in the industry that want to do this for a long term and as a career, and actually talk about these kind of things, right? Because the first thing we need to do is we got to come together. The Romans had a great strategy back in the day. That's how they conquered. They divided the people and they took over. But if we continue to fight one another from brokerage to brokerage to say who's number one and all this other stuff about the other things, it's going to cause havoc, and other people are going to go crazy. And at the end of the day, this is what the disruptors want. They want us to fight so they can come in there and conquer. So I think the first step would be to get unity in the industry. Come with professionals that want to do this for a long term and as a career and do this full time. Then we need to get together and combat this together, not individually. Hey, if you feel that anything that I said resonates with your beliefs and is actually aligned with your moral compass, please give me a call. I'd love to join forces and actually collaborate to take this on together. And I have an open door policy. Please reach out to me anytime you need.